Hello, world! Warmest welcome to World Humanitarian Drive's Inspiring Millions Show. This is the show where we celebrate brilliant minds from around the world who share with us their story, one story at a time. It's our 68th episode. Ready to get to know the Starman? Our special guest is Dr. Chong Hon Yew, founder and advisor, Astronomy Club of University of Science Malaysia, founder and president, Astronomical Society of Penang from Malaysia. We'll get to know his inspiring story in a short while. Thank you for joining us live or on replay. I'm Vivandrada Uflin, your host and Global Media Relations of World Humanitarian Drive. World Humanitarian Drive, also known as WHD, is an international NGO founded in Croydon, UK by British Indian global peace activist, entrepreneur, writer Dr. Abdul Basit Saeed. The primary vision of WHD is to promote peace, education, and trade harmony initiatives globally among everyone across the world, regardless of race, gender, religion, or nationality, living as one family. WHD is striving for humanity. This Inspiring Million Show is your show. As always, we encourage you to engage and interact with us. Please help us spread inspiration to the world by sharing this link. Join our discussion by putting in the comments box your comments, greetings, or questions that you would like to ask our guest, Dr. Chong Hon Yew. We would love to read them later on in the show. Tell us how you are and where you're watching this. Wherever you are in the world, let us keep you company and brighten your day as we share love, peace, and goodwill. In today's episode, here to inspire the world is the Starman of Malaysia. Dr. Chong Hon Yew is a former physics professor from the University of Science Malaysia, USM, Penang. He is the founder and advisor, Astronomy Club of University of Science Malaysia, founder and current president of the Astronomical Society of Penang. Let's all welcome a most beloved teacher of astronomy and Starman, Dr. Chong Hon Yew. Selamat datang, terima kasih, welcome and thank you for joining us here today. So how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Viva, thanks for your gracious introduction. And you speak good Malay. You can stay in Malaysia.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chong. Before we get started, we would like to thank WHD Secretary General of Malaysia Chapter, Professor Dato Dr. GP Doraisamy, for arranging this discussion. So let's get started. Dr. Chong, could you please tell us more about your personal background? And could you please introduce yourself to the world?
Well, basically, I'm a Malaysian. Of course, I was born years ago, not in Penang, where I'm now, but in the small town of Port Dickson. Port Dickson, if you can remember, Malaysia, Peninsula Malaysia is a long peninsula. It's somewhere down to the southern part of the peninsula, a small town called Port Dickson. So later on, my father was a government official. He went to work in Kuala Lumpur, the capital city. But then I went for high school in Kuala Lumpur, and later on I went for my university studies in physics, bachelor studies in University of Science Malaysia, and I got a scholarship to go and study in France and University of Grenoble in France for my PhD in physics. And upon returning back to Malaysia, I became a lecturer in physics in University of Science Malaysia in Penang, Malaysia. All right. And then, later on, I will show you in my presentation where is the actual location of Penang. Now, Penang is a very small place, 1,000 square kilometers, a small area, but a lot of industry and a lot of people are staying here. Interesting. All right. So that's it.
Thank you, Dr. Chong. You have a PhD doctorate degree qualification in low temperature solid state in physics, 1979 from France. Could you please tell us more of your physics qualifications and what made you to pursue studies and specialize in physics?
Well, thank you, Viva, for your question. So basically, many years ago, in Malaysia and Commonwealth countries, including the UK, you only got one kind of PhD. But in France, in Europe, you have a few types of PhD. So I got the Doctorat de Troisième Cycle. That was the PhD I got. All right. There are other types of PhD in France, but this is Doctorat de Troisième Cycle, working on low temperature. So in Malaysia, at that time, we don't even have a chance. 1975, when I went to study in France, I don't even have a chance to use liquid nitrogen, which is very low temperature. But when I went to France, I had to handle in my first week in France liquid helium. And you know how cold is liquid helium, Viva? is 4 degrees Kelvin, or minus 269 degrees Celsius, very cold. And the work with liquid helium, and also at high strong magnetic field at 77 Tesla, 70,000 Gauss. And I work on a material called graphite. So basically, there's no commercial or practical application. Just a basic study, very fundamental study of the properties of graphite at low temperature and under strong magnetic field. That's it. Yeah.
Dr. Chong, could you please tell us how and why you got involved in astronomy and related studies of the galaxy, planets, and stars?
So basically, it's a kind of a childhood interest, because when we are out because in Malaysia, we are still lucky that many years ago, I remember in Kuala Lumpur, when I was a young boy in the 1960s, you can come up from anywhere in Kuala Lumpur city, look at the sky, you can see a lot of stars, you know. But now in KL, Kuala Lumpur, we call KL. You don't see the stars, but too much light pollution. So we were looking at the stars. So interested in astronomy is a kind of hobby to learn about astronomy. But it was later on when I got my PhD from France, I went back to Penang, the university that employed me as a physics lecturer, that I started the University of Science Malaysia Astronomy Club. And we started from there, right? So I already knew for years that astronomy as a hobby has a lot of enthusiasts in Malaysia, in the UK, in practically all countries in the world. And now with the very, what you call, affordable telescope you can buy in Malaysia, the telescope you can buy online, you can really enjoy astronomy. So there are many astronomy enthusiasts in Malaysia and around the world. And if people would ask me, what is the status of awareness in astronomy in Malaysia, I will reply without any hesitation. People, yes, exploded. Everywhere you go, people have telescope observing. All right. So we now hope that the pandemic is slowly being what we call SOP, standard operating procedure, is being relaxed. So we hopefully we can do our so-called stargazing. I'll be traveling in Penang town with Georgetown with my telescope and put it at the roadside, put it on the beach, put it on the promenade, and come, look at the moon. Come, look at the sun, like this. So we hope we can go back to face-to-face astronomy. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Chong. So you were instrumental in the formation of the Astronomy Club in the University of Science Malaysia. Can you please enlighten us on your vision and mission of this club and how it has benefited the aspiring university, college, and school students in their co-curriculum activities and studies?
So the University of Science Malaysia Astronomy Club was founded by me and a group of students in 1986. That would make me look very old. 1986. And then when we started, we don't have a long vision as what was our vision. We just started just like that. And we couldn't even afford to buy a telescope. So my first equipment was a pair of binoculars to look at the star. All right. So later on, we start making our homemade Doctorian telescope. So for many years, we were surviving on binoculars and simple Doctorian telescope. So when we started in Penang, not many people know about astronomy. But remember in 1986, there was a famous astronomy event occurred in Malaysia, around the world. The return of Halley's Comet. In 1986, I saw Halley's Comet for 5 months. The comet appeared in November 1986 to March 1987. So you could see Halley's Comet clearly with the naked eye, with telescope, with binoculars, and take pictures for 5 months. So the awareness of astronomy in Penang was sparked off by the apparition of Halley's Comet. And it started from there. And we have been doing a lot of outreach activities in astronomy. I will tell you later on in my presentation, in many schools, many places in Penang and all over Malaysia. So that's in short. And so now, if you ask me, what is the current awareness of astronomy in Penang, Malaysia? I said, no doubt of it, it's exploded. Many people are keen. Many schools have bought their telescope. Even in Malaysia, we call it primary school, or sometimes we call elementary school, or you have high school, or sometimes you call it what they call secondary school in Malaysia. So many schools have got their telescope, and some have even built their observatories. I'll show you later on some pictures how many observatories we have in Penang. The most number of observatories in Malaysia is in Penang. I'll show you later. Right? So there's a lot of interest in astronomy in Penang now. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chong. That's very interesting. We understand that you had also taken the lead to form the Astronomical Society of Penang, Malaysia. Could you please elaborate and provide some information on the activities and future plans of the society?
So, Viva, I retired from the University of Science Malaysia in 2015, about 7 years ago, as a lecturer in physics. All right. So then later on, many of the Penang actually interested. Dr. Chong, you are normal in USM. Why not we form our Penang Astro Society or Astro Society of Penang (ASP)? Although I still go back to the university to do a lot of activities in astronomy with the students there, with the astronomy club there, because I was the founder advisor there. But we formed the Astro Society of Penang, and a lot of activities continue. So I met many of my old friends in Penang or in Kuala Lumpur, come to Penang when I retired. So I told them, Mr. So-and-so, I retired from the university, and now what happened? The excitement, the adventure continues. What do you mean? The adventure astronomy is now no more in the university because I retired, but continues outside the university. And we are now as busy as ever, Viva, in Penang. And now the standard operating procedure of the COVID pandemic has been relaxed more and more. We hope to be able to get many of the invitations to spread the fun and excitement to many people in Malaysia. And just to let you know, Viva, actually about 20 years ago, I myself coined a phrase, People ask me, so what is our intention of the USM Astronomy Club to bring astronomy to people? I would say, 20 years ago, we would like to bring the fun and excitement to millions and millions of Malaysians. 20 years ago, we already have done that. And we see that we have been even to some of the remote kampong, close to the countryside, even with the border with Thailand, to do astronomy. So in the urban area, in the semi-urban area, in the kampong, everywhere in Malaysia, people are keen. Why? So if you ask me, as a kind of there are two comment. One is, as a young student, they like astronomy because there's a lot of excitement you can find in it. You can learn about physics and so on. You can look at the moon, the planets, and so on. But for the older people, they get interested in astronomy. Why? Because they are human beings. You are a human being, I'm a human being. And when you look at the Saturn to the telescope, or a certain globular cluster to a telescope, it's a different feeling. Because you're a human being, you are inquisitive, you want to learn more about the universe. So we want to learn the universe because basically we are human beings. All right? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chong. You are popularly known as the Starman. Can you please share some of your greatest personal sky star observation achievements with us?
Actually, Viva, I don't know who was the person who gave me the name, but this name has stuck with me. You see, we call it Starman. Now, Starman is obvious because we not only look, Viva, at the stars, we look at everything in the universe. So, do you know, Viva, who am I? I am an astro traveler, astro tourist. At 2 levels of astro tourist, meaning I use my telescope and I travel all over Malaysia to promote astronomy. And I even go to Langkawi, Langkawi, the resort island, north of Penang, very dark sky, and all over Malaysia where there are dark locations. So that's called astrotourism. Now, another type of astrotourism is every day, even outside my house in Penang, I have my telescope. I see the moon. I travel to the moon with my telescope, 400,000 kilometers away. Then I travel to Jupiter, which is many hundreds of millions of kilometers away. And I look at the stars that are light years away or thousands of light years away, or some galaxies, millions of light years away. So basically, I'm traveling in the universe from my house. So I'm also an astrotourist. So I'm not trying to exaggerate. So some people say, I've been to London, good. I've been to Tokyo, good. But with my telescope, I travel much further than Tokyo or London. You really enjoy, even with a simple telescope, you can enjoy. So because of that, they call me Starman. But then, of course, you have been promoting a lot of other activities in Malaysia, all kinds of workshop activities. They're very nice. So just 2 days ago, I went to a high school near my house to promote water rocket making and launching. And many people in Penang, they call me what? I am rocket man. We have launched a lot of water rockets. So in the past 20 years, I estimated we have launched about 15,000 water rockets that go to a height of 100 meters high, pressurized to 8 atmosphere, and our water rocket parachute record is more than half an hour. That parachute is drifting in the sky for more than half an hour. And I also make a lot of things, I'll show you later, all the rainbow boxes. So you have a empty tissue box, maybe I can show you one day, with a piece of mirror and compact this, I can make onto the screen there a bright solar rainbow. So they call me what? I'm Rainbow Man. So many kinds of men they call me. Yes.
Yes, yes, thank you so much. So we understand that in your society, a number of your students and members of your society have made some remarkable achievements too. Could you please share to our viewers and audiences around the world?
So it's a very pertinent question, Viva. So at the amateur level, we go to amateur level and then academic level. At the amateur level, I see many of the members of the public and the University of Science of Penang physics student, all right? Of course, physics student being university age, all right? Say about 18 years old and above. But members of the public can be from kindergarten level. People, they join our existing kindergarten level and they join it for many years. So some of them have become very good amateur astrophotographers. They go to Langkawi, they go to Sabah, they travel around the world. They go to Mongolia, they go to Xinjiang in Western China, they go to Philippines, they go to other places to take those beautiful pictures. So you just Google, Viva, a nebula. Wow, so beautiful, the nebula. Our members in Malaysia can do like that. So I've been telling them to publish book on astrophotography. So they have learned to be good astrophotographer. And then what I call a lot of skills they develop. And many of them have become good speakers. Previously, they were very shy, but they joined the USM Astronomy Club. After 4 years, they can give talks. So it's a good kind of personal development for them. And they can meet a lot of people. And it's good for their career. So basically, a lot of skills in amateur astronomy they have developed. And they are still promoting it. And they are now spreading the interest of practical astronomy, how to use telescope, how to take picture, and all types of practical activity to more schools, to more people in Penang and all over Malaysia. So I call it the multiplier effect. You go to one school in the countryside, you teach the teacher a lot of astronomy skill, and later on she will train her student, or maybe her nearby school will be trained by that teacher. So we call it the multiplier effect. That's why now we have in Penang State, not a big state, only about 1,000 square kilometers, but we have thousands and thousands of astronomy enthusiasts. All right. Now at the academic level, I cannot say for certain who is who, but I will come at the end of my presentation. I'll say that next year we are going to hold a Global Malaysian Astronomers Convention 2023, and we are bringing back our Malaysian professional astronomers from around the world back to Kuala Lumpur, back to Penang. Right. So we have come up with a list, and we are surprised to see that many Malaysians have actually become professional astronomers. It's a big number. I think it's about more than 50, right? And some of them are on the way to become professional astronomers. So in other words, all these years of promoting astronomy at the outreach level have borne very good results. Many Malaysians have actually got PhD in astronomy and are on the way to get PhD. And we have 3 Malaysian astronomers who have made big discovery. Maybe, I don't know whether you remember, 2016, big discovery. The first direct detection of gravitational wave. So there's one of our Malaysian astronomer, Dr. Noor Hafiza, studying in the University of Glasgow. She and a group in the LIGO team detected the first direct detection of gravitational wave. And 2017, another Malaysian astronomer, Dr. Noor Alika, studying in the University of Durham, she and a group discovered a supermassive black hole in a globular cluster. And recently, 2019, another of our Malaysian astronomer, Dr. Kevin Kueh, but he's working in Taiwan. So his group took the first image of the black hole. Remember, 2019, a big discovery, the first image of a black hole, first time ever in 2019 in the Messier Galaxy 87. And recently this year, the same group, with Dr. Kevin Kueh, took another image of the black hole in the center of our own Milky Way. So our Malaysian astronomers have been doing good work. So we want to promote more Malaysians to do academic research and to bring fundamental contribution to astronomy research. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Chong. I'm just going to read through the messages of our virtual audience. Tonggi Gra is saying hello, watching from the Philippines. Dr. Billy Tang is saying greetings from the PWD Smart Farm Mobility in Malaysia. When wonderful. Happy Andrade is saying happy birthday, Viva O Flynn. And Billy Tang as well. So thank you so much to family and friends for making my birthday special. Anyway, so Wan Tan is saying, watching from Malaysia, Dr. Chong's passion for astronomy never ends. First met Doctor in 2004 when he held an interesting astronomy talk in my primary school, and then in 2011 in the Astronomy Club of USM Penang. And Dr. Chong, Tonggi Gra has a question for you. His question is, this is very interesting and inspiring. What is your favorite place in the world to observe space with your telescope?
Yeah, a very good question, Viva, because any I'm an amateur astronomer because my background is physics, but we are proud to be amateur astronomer. So the perennial question obviously, where is the best place to observe? So in short, where there are no clouds. I understand in the UK you have range of clouds, and in tropical countries like Penang, in Malaysia, always you have clouds. So what we do is we go to times when there's no cloud. If you're lucky, dry season, we come up. But sometimes the whole 3 months is cloudy. So we have, at the same time, we have been to countries like Australia, China, and other parts of the world where for 3 months there's no clouds. So it will be like paradise, but we cannot stay there. So basically in Malaysia, we wait for the weather to clear for certain periods of the time where the weather is what we call clear, we observe. But sometimes, Viva, you know what we do? We are fighting with the weather. So we find that, hey, we observe there's a weather satellite say that now it's 10 p.m. in Malaysia, Penang cloudy. But by 1 a.m., the sky will clear up. So we wait for 1 a.m. So tomorrow is working in USM, you know. I have to take my telescope out, observe, quickly take some picture, and then go back to sleep. So we are fighting the weather. Even we have a interval of about 2 hours, 1 hour, we take our telescope to observe. So that's it. But so basically, this is a problem faced by practically all the amateur and professional astronomers in the world is the weather. So that's why we are now thinking for many years to migrate, not another country, to migrate to a different wavelength. Now I see you see me because visible light, blocked by the clouds. Radio astronomy. So we have built some simple radio telescope that can receive the radio wave from the sun, from Jupiter, from the nebula. Even if it's cloudy on the Earth's surface, but the radio wave can penetrate through, you can do radio astronomy even with full of thick clouds. So that's why we want to promote radio astronomy in the high school in Malaysia, all right? Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Chong. So we were informed that His Excellency, the Governor of Penang State, is the patron of the Astronomical Society of Penang. And then he visited on the 21st of May, 2022, and it was a significant milestone for both your society and the High School of Bukit Mertajam. So could you please tell us more about this event?
So thank you for your question, Viva. So basically, His Excellency, the Governor of Penang State, is the patron of our society, Astronomical Society of Penang. And in the 7th of April, we paid him a courtesy call. And in making the call, I told, Your Excellency, I know that you're old boy of Bukit Mertajam High School, and my society and me, we've been promoting astronomy in your school since 1995, 20 old years, and we are promoting to be of this. So he's keen on it. So he was raised the funds from private company, and on the 21st of May, as you mentioned, I will show you in the video later the groundbreaking. The governor was very proud. So he raised the fund, and we are going to build a nice observatory there for the people, for the student and teacher of that school. And now remember, that school, Bukit Mertajam, is on the mainland of Penang. Now, Penang has two parts, the mainland and the island. I'm on the island. So on the mainland is the school. So they are good. They can promote astronomy in that school for the school student in that school and also the people on the mainland, Seberang Perai, right? And this will be very nice. So I told the student astronomy club members of that school. Boys and girls, get ready. They're going to have a lot of fun. We are going to share the excitement of learning the universe to everyone on the mainland. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Chong. So for many years, the astronomical community of Penang promotes its activities according to seeing is believing, doing is fun, open our hearts to the universe, have telescope will travel. Could you please explain this?
Yeah, actually, we came up with this slogan, this points of talk for many years. Mute your mic. Okay, thank you. Okay, they came up with these points of talking for after some years of promoting. So then basically, if you look at the Saturn in your television documentary program, it's good. But looking at Saturn through the telescope with your own eyes is a different feeling. So I've seen many of the boys and girls, they see Saturn or they see a planet or see an astral object through the telescope. Hey, dad, come, mom, come and see. They were very excited. So basically, only you see, you believe. And we have, Viva, even young kids of kindergarten age, 5 years old, 3 years old, staying with us for stargazing, even beyond midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. The parents are sleepy, but the kids don't want to go back, still want to join us because they're so excited. Because they have been reading about astronomy, but now they see it for themselves, they really enjoy it. So they're seeing it, believing, and then doing is fun. You launch the water rocket, you make the rainbow box, and all types of, you make the sundial, so all kinds of activity. And we have this thing now, we call it My Favorite Martian Parade, meaning there's a competition in a shopping mall in Penang where we ask the kids to dress up as alien, any type of alien, but nice looking alien. And there's a parade on the stage, and we will ask the alien some question. Mr. Alien, which star do you come from? And then why you look like that? And Mr. Alien, can you eat our nasi lemak or not? So all kinds of interesting questions. So that it's fun. So astronomy is fun. So that's why it's called doing is fun. And then we have been to places like Langkawi, very dark. Many parts of Malaysia we are very dark. So when you see the Milky Way and so on, there is a kind of feeling you cannot explain, you know. So it's as if the stars are calling me. Hey, Chong, look at me, look at me. So this star is calling me, or the Milky Way is calling me. So it's like, it's a kind of feeling I cannot explain. So when you're under the sky with the Milky Way, and the Milky Way is talking to you, so you cannot explain. So when the star, what they call the stargazing trip is over, we go back to Penang and I start my lectures again in the university. It seems that there's a change in me, you know, to become a better person, because the universe has communicated with me, and I see a lot of similar behavior among my students who are astronomical members. They go a lot of those astrotourism trips, they come back, they are changed. They realize that the what you call those events affecting human beings are actually quite trivial. What happened in the universe, the grandeur nature of things. So that's why it open our heart to universe. And the last one is very, very obvious. You have a telescope, you do some activity, and very soon the neighboring schools will invite you to give show the star and the planet in the school. And we have been bringing our telescope all over Malaysia to show people. That's why it's called Have Telescope Will Travel. And I add on an additional one, have more telescope will travel more. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Chong. You have a presentation that you'd like to share. Would you like to share it now with us?
Yeah, sure. All right. Wait a minute. Viva, can you see my presentation?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
So I start. Thank you. So astronomy, fun and excitement for everyone in Malaysia. So basically, we are telling our young Malaysian, middle-aged Malaysian, the grandpa, grandma, and sometimes they not only they will come with their grandparents, they come with their mates. So to join us, the whole family will join us. A few generations will join us. That it's not just a kind of information or knowledge. No, it's a kind of experience we are trying to bring to people. Right? The fun and the excitement of astronomy, and to everyone in Malaysia, as I said, to millions and millions of Malaysians. So now we are under the Astronomical Society of Penang. I'm the president of the society, and this is our logo. Right? And this is very nice. Look at the logo. So if you're an astronomy enthusiast, of course you know Penang Bridge is there. And then I enlarged, magnified the telescope. And this is not a coconut tree, Viva. This is a Penang tree. Penang tree is actually the areca nut tree, right? And if you know a bit of astronomy, the stars in my cursor here is constellation of Orion. And at the close to the horizon, the star is called Polaris. So anyone in astronomy who looks at this logo of my society, you know that from Polaris and Orion, oh, this is in Penang. This astronomy society is in Penang because of the logo of our society. Okay, so now for some people in the world who are not familiar, so basically I'm here where the blue dot is in Peninsular Malaysia. Of course, to the right is East Malaysia, Sabah, Sarawak, and this is our neighboring country. And this is Peninsular Malaysia, and up here, Penang. Down the peninsula, of course, is Kuala Lumpur, which we call KL. All right, and we are so fortunate, Viva, that in Malaysia, including Sabah, Sarawak, and Peninsula, many places in Malaysia, you just drive with your car about one hour drive, you can come to a remote area in the countryside where the sky is very dark. There may be some kampong or small town, or maybe even in the jungle. So that's it. Malaysia, we are lucky that many places still dark, right? And this is Penang Island on the left, and the mainland is on the right, and they join from the mainland to the island with two bridge there. All right. So most of the island on the eastern side is inhabited heavily, but on the western side, less people. Balik Pulau. All right. So that's our Penang state, the island, and Seberang Perai, about only 1,000 square kilometers. And so if you are on Batuan, you still have a ferry leaving Batuan, traveling west to Penang Island. So this is Georgetown. All right. This is Komta, and behind that is a Penang Hill. Or you are from Penang Hill looking down towards the east, right? So this is Komta Tower, the iconic skyscraper, and you can look towards the east. So there's Georgetown. So the background of the astronomy activities in Penang, okay, started in 1986. At that time, I was a lecturer in physics in University of Science Malaysia in Penang. All right. So we formed the Astronomy Club of University of Science of Malaysia, Penang. About when we started in 1986, most of the school, most people are not aware of astronomy. So we slowly do it bit by bit. So what I call it, breaking the ice. So after 10 years of breaking the ice, then the students in the school, primary school, secondary school, and the members of the public became more and more aware of astronomy, especially the practical aspect, stargazing, solar observation, workshop, and so on. And all types of events like meteor shower, the solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, and so on. So after 10 years of promotion, 1986 to 1996, many people know about astronomy. Okay, so it started, of course, in 1986 was the appearance of Halley's Comet. So it was crazy. It was 5 months of observing Halley non-stop, early morning, right? So on the left, of course, the British astronomer Edmund Halley, and the name is given by him. So this is very famous. So I saw this Halley's Comet with my eye for many months. Sorry, this Halley's Comet will move in and out of the solar system for every 76 years. So the next apparition will be many years from now. So we hope everyone in the world will stay healthy. The next apparition of Halley, we will be able to see, right? One orbit around the sun in about 76 years. So stargazing is the bread and butter of astronomy, where we put a telescope in a public area. So this is actually in Putrajaya, the capital city of Malaysia. And on the right here is Major Faiz Khalid, one of the Malaysian Angkasawan trainer. That means he was trained to become Malaysian astronaut. But of course, our astronaut went to space with Dr. Sheikh Muzaffar, but this Dr. Faiz Khalid, and I was there with our astronomy enthusiasts. So this is stargazing. So basically, and this is a place called Kapal Singh Drive in Georgetown, on a promenade facing Batuan. And this is a university student showing the public how to see the moon. So basically, come here, see the moon, come here, see the moon. And then they'll see, and people from all backgrounds, all walks of life, they will stay with us, and if the weather is clear, the whole night to enjoy the sky with our telescope. So usually here we put about 3 telescopes. All right. So this one, another one. So looking vertically up. Okay, this is looking at Saturn. All right. So all these are our members. So this girl here is holding in her hand a star chart. So this another member, Mr. Lai, a star chart meaning all the stars and constellation and information of astronomy, or the star map there, teaching them without a telescope. You can look at the star chart and you can look vertically up. You can see a lot of objects in the sky. But now, in a sense, star charts are a bit outdated because you can download into your smartphone the app they call Sky Map. Many of the freeware, this Sky Map, where you put onto your handphone and you point at the sky, it will tell you, this object you're pointing your handphone is a constellation Leo. And you type into the search button, look for Pluto. And you press Pluto, there's an arrow will point. There you are, Pluto should be there. So easy to use. All right. Now this is a star chart. This is a star chart. Very nice. All right. Yeah, this is the star Denebola in Cygnus the Swan, the star Regulus in Leo the Lion. So very nice star chart. But this is the reverse star chart. The background is white. The earlier one was the background is black. All right, star chart. And this is teaching a group of primary school kids from Thailand. Right? They came to Malaysia. They trained them how to use the star chart. Very nice. And that night, look at the sky to recognize your stars and constellation in the sky using the star chart. All right. Now this little gentleman here is looking at an object with my member Daim. All right. And this Daim is also one of our members. We hope that he will pursue his career as a professional astronomer. Okay. And hey, there, this little infant, the mother joined us for stargazing couple Singland. And look at the object. So in other words, the younger you expose them to astronomy, the better. All right. No such thing as you must walk to see the time. No, the mommy can carry you to look at the Saturn or the astronomy object. Okay. And this one also, this lady showing the boy by looking in the wrong direction, should be here to look at the astronomy object. So astronomy is for everyone. Okay. So this is in a school in Penang. So they like observing with us. And at the end of it, boys and girls, how do you feel the past 3 hours of observing the star? Wonderful or not? Everyone will say that they're so happy. And this another school where the boys are very happy. And here you see here, my old telescope, the 4-inch Newtonian, very much used telescope. This is my most used telescope. Many people in Malaysia have seen through this telescope. Okay. And now the other one is sun gazing. Now many people thought, I thought astronomy is only for nighttime. No, we look at about the star during the daytime. So this is in the US, the University Museum and Gallery. So this group of kids are looking at the sunspot. So you see here, now wait a minute. In front of the telescope, you put here a solar filter. So this solar filter will allow a small amount of light to be observed by the children. So it's absolutely safe to look at the sunspot. Right? But now the sun is getting more and more active, more and more sunspot. You know, every day a lot of sunspot. So now they are very happy with the sun, a lot of sunspot. They can take a lot of pictures and explain about the sun. Okay. And because this is another type of telescope to see the solar explosions or solar prominence. So this is in the Malay school and they're keen. So basically, we have done our activity outreach in all kinds of schools in Malaysia and everyone are keen. Okay. And this is outside the museum gallery. So this little girl here, again, we're looking at the sunspot. So this is a little solar filter and they're all queuing up. And sometimes when they look at an object, I will not tell them what to say. I'll just say, so boy, he saw the sun just now, but I'll not tell him what to say. So what's going to happen, boy? He said, wow. Many of them automatically say, wow, they like it. They enjoy it. Okay. So this is a normal visible light picture of a group of sunspot. But this group of sunspot is not very big sunspot. Now the sunspot are what? Grouped into big sunspot group. Every day you have big sunspot group. So now the astronomical object to observe is the sun. Now this is a sunspot group, magnified. Sunspot group, magnified. And taken by my member, Mr. Lin. All right. So this is the solar prominence. You can see. So in other words, you can actually see the solar prominence exploding from the sun's surface, going up into space and coming back, just like in the documentary on television. You can see. Okay. Sun's solar prominence. And this is the 2004 and 2012 Venus transit. where over a period of 5 hours, you see a black dot, which is Venus, then, close the disk of the sun. Very nice. I saw twice. Venus transit 2004, Venus transit 2012. And how often do Venus transit occur? Once every more than 100 years. So if you ask me, of all the events you have seen, meteor shower, solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, and so on, which is the rarest of the rare event, is the Venus transit. Because it happens once every 100 years. So the next one will be in another 100 years. So we hope people will be alive to see it. Very nice, Venus transit. Where the second planet, Venus, cross the disk of the sun, and we are planet Earth from the third planet. You look at the Venus transit. Very rare event. Okay, so we have been doing all kinds of events in primary school, secondary school, even kindergartens, all right, colleges and universities, including private colleges and universities, government departments, NGO, and Penang State being many multinational companies in multinational companies also, and of course NGO, and they have done our activities in practically all the shopping malls in Penang, and some in Kuala Lumpur, and many public places. And some of our events, actually, like for example, big meteor shower, astronomy convention USM, attracted in single event thousands of enthusiasts from Penang and all over Malaysia, and even neighboring countries to come to Penang, to USM, to observe it. Okay, so these are in Penang, Kuala Lumpur, and all over Malaysia. We have conducted activities for years, and many of these schools that they invite us to go to the school, they invite us repeatedly. So now the SOP for the pandemic is slowly being removed. We are going to have a lot of invitations by the schools in Penang and outside Penang. Okay, that's why I say seeing is believing. You must see it through the eyes to believe it, and you must share with us when the rocket is launched to and do it to have fun, and then open your hearts to the universe. So basically, we are not doing astronomy from the point of view of knowledge, no, from the point of view of experience. All right, for feeling, you must feel the universe, then you are a different person. Okay, and of course we have planetarium show. All right, so in the planetarium show, we have a digital style and Mr. my member in big shopping complex in the school and so on. So they enjoy. So if you go inside there, you can see projected onto the dome, the ceiling. You have all the constellation, and you can even show video. So daytime you have the universe show in the dome. At night you see the real show in the sky. So nice, mobile planetarium show. Okay, so we have done a lot of events, meteor shower, and every year there are a few major events. For example, in August is our Pacific meteor shower, and December is coming. We are waiting Gemini meteor shower, right? So our record was in the year 2004, I and 30 of the USM students, we saw in one night Gemini meteor shower, December 13, 2004, more than 1,000 Gemini meteor, more than 1,000 meteors. So imagine 30 human beings shouting for 8 hours non-stop. We lost our voice. So the next day, when for my lecture, I lost my voice. So a lot of comments. The most fantastic comments was 1996 comet Hyakutake, where even in Georgetown, where the light pollution is quite bad at night, I could see the head to the tail of comet Hyakutake with my eye, covering 1/3 of the sky. 1/3 of the sky, Hyakutake was fantastic. Of course, many other comets you have seen. Lunar occultation of planets. The planets can move behind the moon. So recently we have a lunar occultation of Venus as observed from Penang and Kuala Lumpur. All right, some of us actually could see. All right, and plenty opposition. For example, end of this year, you have Mars opposition, December 2022, where we use the TO telescope. Mars is very big, so it's Mars opposition and plenty conjunction. A lot of planets will appear in a small part of the sky and so on, and etc. 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 So many. So basically, non-stop excitement and fun. Okay, and so right now in Penang, we have 10 astronomical observations in Penang. All right, and the 11th one is the one we mentioned earlier. The governor of Penang, His Excellency, did the groundbreaking ceremony, all right, recently. So we have 10 in Penang. Okay, so the number 10 is Penang. No, number 9 is Penang. Number 9 or PIXO, 9 observatory. So this was built in 2016. So basically in Penang, there's an iconic tower. Anyone come to Georgetown will know that's Compa Tower. And this is a geodesic dome where the Penang Tech Dome Public Science Center is located. So this is a public science center, the public science center, Penang Tech Dome. And on the roof, you have the observatory called Pixel, Penang number 9 observatory. And that is the observatory. So Mr. Lin here is showing. So this is the biggest telescope in Penang State, our 16-inch Ritchie Chrétien Officina Stellari telescope on a Paramount ME2 mount. So we have also done a lot of observation at night with this telescope. So a lot of people will visit the observatory in Tech Dome Penang, Pixel Observatory. Okay, so this they look at inside the, of course, the telescope support not to point down, but to look up. But they want to look at the mirror, planet mirror, so you can see through that, the planet mirror. So at night, we do night stargazing, astrophotography. Right. So this is Komta Tower, as seen from Pixel Observatory. You can see the moon and Jupiter, and there's a hotel there, beautiful. So basically, if you have a telescope, even in Kuala Lumpur or Penang, you can see moon and the planet and the bright stars, no problem. It's only the deep sky objects like nebula, or globular cluster a bit difficult. But many of the objects like moon, planets and bright star cluster can be seen even from Georgetown, Penang, or Kuala Lumpur. Okay, and this during daytime observatory. So they are looking at this little gentleman here and the white telescope looking at the solar explosion, the prominence, and another one to the black telescope looking at the sunspot. Okay, and we have a astronomy camp for the kids in Penang, right? So now basically we want to teach them about telescope, and some of them are good in computing because now all the equipment are all computerized. You just press the mouse, there's a keyboard, you can make the telescope point to any part of the sky to look at the sky. So it's easy to use. You need a bit of training. So we are teaching some of the youngsters in Penang how to use a telescope, not only to see through the telescope, how to use the telescope. And this outside the observatory. So this is our logo, and this is the logo of Tech Dome. And these are the young kids, all right? So we start astronomy, the younger, the better, all right? So groundbreaking of the 11th Astro Observatory in Penang. I'll play the video now, and I said that, remember, on 21st May, Viva, you already mentioned just now. I played the video. I hope you can hear and see. So you have here a tractor, and the tractor got a front part, which is tractor part, and the back part is called the backhoe. And the driver behind the wheel is His Excellency, the Governor of Penang, wearing the white glove. And he's going to break the groundbreaking ceremony, just to break the ground. And they're going to build observatory number 11 in Penang. Okay, there we go. So I continue.
Chong, I'm sorry to interrupt, but WHD has an event at 3 p.m. Is it okay if I just wrap this up with you? Tong Gre has a question. What kind of telescope do you recommend for beginners to start watching the stars?
Yeah. So actually, I need to go back to the Zoom to see your face. Wait, how do I?
Just how to.
Okay.
Yes,
sorry.
just that one. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's the one at the top.
At the top, where? Let me see.
Yeah. Anyway, Dr. Chong.
Okay. So it's like this. Actually, this is a very often asked question. So first of all, I will tell them, gentlemen, are you staying in Penang? Yes, I'm staying in Penang. So don't rush. You join my society for a few months. We'll teach you about telescope, how to handle, and then we'll give you some advice. Of course, the most important is what is your budget. So basically, in Malaysia, you can buy for a beginner's telescope. You can buy about 1,000 ringgit. You can start to buy a telescope. So 1,000 ringgit is about $250 US. $250 US. you can buy a telescope. But if you have 2,000 ringgit, this is about $500. You can start with a good telescope in Penang, right? So now, do we stop now, Viva?
Yes. Dr. Chong, what is your inspiring message to the world?
Yeah. So okay. The thing is that the inspiring message is this: that actually the universe. Can you mute your sound behind you?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
you.
please.
Thank you. So basically, this is that. So most of us are caught up with our technical civilization. Is what the handphone, and whatever we know lah. All right. But there's another aspect. I think many of us have become disconnected with the universe. What? The stars at night. Of course, you may say, I'm from London, I'm from Paris. A lot of light pollution. But I'm very sure, even in London, Paris, you have opportunity to take a holiday, to go to a part of the UK or in Europe where you can see the dark sky. So we have to reconnect. So basically is that if you want to take some time, no need to have a telescope, just to look at the moon, look at the stars, right? And you're holiday in Malaysia, you go to Langkawi, or in the UK, maybe you go to Northumbria. I understand Northumbria is quite dark. I've been there before. Or in France, you go to the Alps, you look at the sky, you can connect. But if you have a simple telescope, and I'm sure in the UK, in many countries, you have the local astronomy club. Join them. Join them. So once you do it, so you find that a lot of your attention in your life about what they call earning to have a good career, your studies, it's not that important anymore. Of course, equally important, but an equally important priority is you want to look at the universe for yourself and feel the vibration of the universe. So you see, especially the young people, they join me for many years. I've seen it many times. Viva, these two boys, they are now, let's say, Form 3, means secondary school, about 15 years old. They always quarrel. They're in the same school, always quarrel. They come to see me, they quarrel. And they join me for 3-4 years. And after 3-4 years, they become the best of friends. Why? They realize that the universe is so great. Their problem is nothing compared to the universe. So there's a positive change in them. So we want to bring the awareness, the fun, a kind of life-changing experience to many Malaysians, all right? And we want to reach even to more Malaysians. That's what we want to do. Thank you. So is that all? I can give my word of thanks.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. And then Wantan is saying Dr. Chong made astronomy fun and exciting for people of all ages from all walks of life. And Professor Dato Dr. GP Doraisamy is saying congratulations to Dr. Chong for the wonderful presentation on astronomy. And then so with that, we would like to award you, Dr. Chong, with an inspiring humanitarian award to thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'm proud of it. Yeah. So can I give my concluding remarks? Okay.
Yes, please.
So first of all, Viva, you have not seen the second half of my presentation. A lot of excitement, a lot of nice slides. But never mind. I know you are short of time, so I would like to express my thanks to the founder and chairman of World Humanitarian Drive, Honorable Dr. Abdul Bashir Said, and also my thanks to Ms. Sarah Wilson, WHD Global Head of Technical and Operations Team, Ms. Viva Oflin, WHD host Inspiring Millions Show. So I've been inspiring Malaysians many years ago also. And welcome to the club, all right? Inspiring millions of people around the world. And so my thanks to Professor Dato Dr. GP Doraisamy, Honorary Secretary General, WHD Malaysia Chapter, all right? So we hope that now the what you call the pandemic is slowly decreasing. So now SOP has been slowly being lifted. So we're able to bring back the joy. It's not only the fun experience, the joy of astronomy to many Malaysians. Thank you.
Congratulations and thank you so much for all your humanitarian works, and here's to many more. And we would also like to share a quotation from you. This is your quotation. Would you like to read it for us?
Yeah, okay. Seeing is believing, doing is fun. Open your heart to the universe. Have telescope will travel, all right? Okay, and then of course this one is, you will never be the same again, Viva. You'll be changed for the better.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chong Hon Yew, founder and advisor of Astronomy Club of University of Science Malaysia, founder and president, Astronomical Society of Penang from Malaysia. We hope you enjoyed today's discussion with Dr. Chong Hon Yew, that it motivated you to go stargazing, learn astronomy, and appreciate the universe. Here on Inspiring Millions Show, we present you with brilliant people from around the world, so feel free to connect with them on social media, and together, let's make a difference in the world. We definitely all need inspiration, especially in these times. So if today's discussion inspired you, please like it, share it, send us a comment. Do share with us your takeaways from today. Follow us in our social media accounts. And WHD Faith Together in Croydon would like to invite you to celebrate the Queen's Platinum Jubilee with a big summer picnic happening right now, Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. in Park Hill Recreation Ground, Croydon. So WHD would like to greet all those celebrating their birthdays and those celebrating their milestones this week, including Queen Elizabeth II on her Platinum Jubilee. Happy celebrations. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone, on behalf of WHD team, especially those working behind the scenes. WHD Chairman Dr. Abdul Basit Saeed, Director of Global Operations, Ms. Sarah Wilson, our 12 Honorable Secretary Generals. We thank you, our virtual audience from around the world, for joining us and supporting our show. This has been World Humanitarian Drive's Inspiring Millions Show. I'm Vivandrada O'Flynn. Please join us again next week. We will have an interesting discussion with Gabrielle Malvar of the Philippines as we inspire the world here on Inspiring Millions Show.
Thank you, Viva, and selamat malam.
Thank you so much.